Rated M for mature.
What's going on, people? Fam Entertainment here from Vienna Circle. Welcome to episode 43 of the Double XP podcast. And as you guys can see, we are a bit short-handed tonight, but the show must go on. We're going to start with the introductions. We're going to start with my right hand, one man, Miss 2v1 herself, Mama C.
All right. Hey, y'all. Oh, man, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. This is Mama Sita from Classy Gamer Girls. And, oh, wow, my draw kind of hung on that one tonight. Gamer Gals. But I'm here. But I'm here, y'all. I'm here. I'm ready to talk and get into these topics. And I appreciate everybody that's been following my YouTube, although I have been putting up a lot of videos lately. I appreciate y'all rolling with me and hanging with me. Let's roll, y'all.
And next up, we got the opposite Nick, the anti-light bright. Dallas, man. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, man? Hey, you know how I know I miss y'all? I'll tell you how I know I miss y'all. I didn't diss y'all for Monster Hunter World right now. That's how you know I miss with y'all.
I didn't know you PlayStation do actually play games like that. Okay, cool. We appreciate that. We appreciate that. I mean, it's not a. Now, I'm just gonna say something. I'm not gonna say because I don't want to get death threats in my on Twitter. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut up. But let's let you guys know, if you go in the description down below, we do have a link there. We are giving away a copy of Sea of Thieves along with a limited edition controller. If you guys are watching this on the Tick Network channel, thank you guys for rocking with us, watching it not live. You guys are watching through the website or Podbean or iTunes. We appreciate you guys for rocking out with us. Now we're gonna start with the news that kind of rocked the gaming world with Microsoft. We all know that they have been lacking with the exclusives this gen. Well, this past year, we know that it's not a big secret, and Microsoft has promised to begin to invest in studios. So a rumor came out from Polygon that Microsoft is looking to buy EA, Valve, and PUBG Corp, which is Blue Hole. Of course, you guys know the studio that made PUBG. Now, there has to be anything to confirm this. Polygon just says it's a very reliable source to say they are trying to. Even trying doesn't mean it's actually going to succeed and actually buy it. But I want to get you guys' thoughts on what kind of shakeup are we headed to if Microsoft was to buy either EA, Valve, or Bluehole. Let's start with you, Ma. What you think?
I mean, I think that would just be. I think that would turn everything right now with Xbox and Microsoft just upside down, completely upside down. I mean, when I heard the news, of course, my mouth was wide open at first, but y'all know I'm like one of the biggest skeptics when it comes to things like that. But still, I have to admit that my mouth dropped. I'm like, what? EA, Valve? PUBG is not so far-fetched. Okay, but I'm like, Valve, EA, that would just be absolutely crazy to do. But hearing it was nice to read about and see all the people in the Twitterverse talking about it. But I don't believe that Microsoft is actually going to go after EA. I just don't believe that. I think they do have something up their sleeve. It would seem feasible for them to go after Steam and of course PUBG. I can see Steam because of where they are already headed now. And I think the vision that they have for Xbox, I just think that Steam and Valve will fit perfectly with that. Don't y'all want Half-Life 3? Don't you want Left 4 Dead 3? Because I know I do. Throw in a Portal 3 too?
Yeah, if Microsoft was supposed to get Valve, that'd be DOA or Windows 10 store and everything just be Steam. And
exactly. And then we're talking, of course, then we already know mouse and keyboard support is coming for the Xbox. We know that. So that cross network play, and I just think that would fit more into the vision that Microsoft has for Xbox. EA, I see all the talking of resurrecting some of the old IPs and games, Dead Space and all that. And that would be, but I don't see that happening. And then even if they did, let's just say they purchased EA, They are not going to take FIFA and you know, NBA Live. They're not going to take those games off of PlayStation or any other, you know, they're not going to do that. I think perhaps resurrect some of those old games and maybe new IP going forward, maybe Xbox exclusive. But I don't see that. I see them having the same vision that they had for Minecraft. So, but I mean, I just think it's nice and fun to talk about. But EA, nah, thumbs down on that one. I don't think that's what they're gonna do.
You know, shout out to the chat. You know, the very first comment was, "I love you, Mamacita." People come for Ma. I've been saying that since we started this podcast. Oh. Well, since Ma started the podcast, I've been saying it for longer. People come for Mamacita. Like Nick think that he the big man on campus. I'm like, Nick, people don't come for you, G. They don't come for you, G. They come for Mamacita. They're trying to tell folks that.
I appreciate that, but my girl Crook here, what's up, Crook? I appreciate that too. The guy in the chat, thank you so much too. I appreciate the love, I really do.
Shout out to Crook girl, man. She's still at school. She's still at the place of her higher learning. That's dedication, man. Crook girl, what's happening?
I'm at school right now, dog. I'm waiting on my ride to come.
That's what's up, man. See, up at WSP, we get our higher learning on. Even though Dallas can't read. Now,
as y'all can see, I got all this stuff on. It's cold outside. It's cold in here too.
Man, but we appreciate you coming through while you at your place of learning. Man, right now we're talking about these rumors of Microsoft possibly buying either EA Valve or
I heard that y'all got debunked.
I haven't heard Microsoft or EA come out and said no.
I heard that they got debunked because if they would have somebody was telling me, I think they had their investors meeting or something, and something like that was going on, it would have popped up in that meeting. Somebody was telling me.
Yeah, I know EA had the meeting, but like I said,
I was gonna say EA had the meeting. I don't know. I mean, I heard the same thing.
I think most people don't see it being possible, and Ma just touched on that a little bit. I don't really think EA think it's possible, but you know, I still want to get everybody's thoughts on it. But Dallas, were you shaking in your boots when you heard that Microsoft might be doing something like this?
I don't think that shit.
Ain't nothing to shake for, man. But look.
Oh, come on.
But look though, Microsoft, y'all need some juice. Y'all need some of this sauce. Y'all need some games. So please, I mean for real. Like you just need friends. You need friends that make games. You need to put them on your team. Y'all need to get this together. Y'all need to grab some Pokeballs. Y'all need to grab some Pokeballs and go out there and start throwing them and start catching somebody out here or something. Look, I feel like Blue Hole seems natural. It's very feasible, and I that needs to happen. And I don't see why that couldn't happen.
It depends. It depends though, man, because I know Microsoft as a company got all that bag of money, but the actual gaming, I don't know if they got that much money in the bank to buy EA, all their IPs. And all, I don't know.
But look, they made an amazing piece of hardware. It would be crazy not to at least grab them right now.
Now, them buying PUBG, I can see that. I knew that. I'm like, yo, they're gonna buy that. But EA and Valve, I don't know.
Yeah, EA, Valve will be a good look. I don't think it's all that feasible. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I would hope for it. EA, you may as well just leave them right.
It'll be a bomb if they did do it. I'll say that much.
I see somebody in the comment section EA is valued at $28.4 billion. Not happy. The Microsoft ID pocket, but I don't see them dropping that money on the gaming portion. Now, I want to say EA is actually valued like 35, right? Here's the thing: we all know Microsoft is what they got the most money. We can think on 200-something billion, right? And then with these new tax cuts, they can bring over another 90 billion.
But I'm
from outdoors, so they have the money to do it.
Fame. But did you hear me though? I was saying the gaming division. How much did the gaming division have? Not just Microsoft.
But here's the thing.
Where do you think the money going to come from? It's going to come from Microsoft.
You know, Phil Spencer sits at the
I'm just asking. Damn.
I'm just saying. Dag. I'm just saying. Yeah.
I'm saying because you know all the money is separated. Just because Microsoft in general got 200 billion, don't mean they finna give the gaming division 100 of it. I'm just saying.
Here's the thing. I can see. I don't, like I said, I don't see it happening, but it's not out of the realm because of the fact that we all know Phil now sits at the board of Microsoft now. He got that type of pull. Microsoft sees the benefit of the Xbox division, the gaming division. If they got to drop 40 billion, I think they can pull that from overseas and drop that.
I'm still here. Yeah, I'm still up front near Belinda.
We'll see though.
I don't see it happening, but it's possible.
You still work there?
Okay, so what you saying?
I would see more possible from Valve than EA. But I kind of see it. You go ahead.
No, I'm saying you're saying that you don't think that the gaming division itself would be able to purchase EA because they don't have the money.
No, I'm not saying they don't have it. I'm saying whenever I know a lot of people talk about, well, Microsoft can buy this company, buy that company, buy this company, and I'm like, the gaming. I don't even know if they put that much money into the gaming division like they do their other divisions. If I'm not mistaken, I remember somebody was telling me that the gaming division, I think, is the one that makes the less money out of everything that they do. I don't know if they would throw that kind of change out there for EA. I don't know. I mean, it would be dope, but I think Valve would make more sense than EA would.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, I think Microsoft, they did just release some numbers today, and some of the good news was the gaming revenue we know was up like 8%, I believe, and it was driven like 14% up. Well, the gaming revenue grew by 8%, and I think the hardware revenue grew by 14% because of the 1X, and we know the software, all that great stuff, that was 4%. So I hear what you're saying, and I do agree with that, but I don't think that Satya's commitment to gaming needs to, like, we can't believe what he's saying. I don't think it's impossible for them to write a check if they feel it's necessary to purchase whatever IP or whatever they need to do to get Microsoft moving, because they have committed to gaming. Putting Phil at the table as a VP tells me Microsoft is serious. Whether or not they're able to write a check, though, yeah, I think they can afford $35 billion if they wanted to. I mean, they hit $500 billion in value, for the first time in like 20 years, I believe. They hit that yesterday, which Microsoft had hit in like 20 years. And I know the value is different than what you actually have cash on hand, but I'm just saying, I think that they definitely have the money to write the check if they wanted to.
Hey, y'all.
Somebody just came in.
Yeah, we do have a guest with us. Beto Mephisto.
Thank you for having me.
Yo, it's the artist formerly known as Bear Hugger, right?
Yeah.
Oh man, look at that! Oh, look at that! That's pretty.
For those who do not know, go ahead and introduce yourself, brother. Let people know where they can find you, my guy.
Okay, so I was used to be known as Bear Hugger 29 here on YouTube until I decided to quit YouTube in general and moved over to Twitch, and I'm now known as Beto Mephisto 29 over on Twitch. But I'm glad to be here. Thank you. It's finally happening.
Yes.
Finally on the show for a change.
Yeah, so we've been trying
to be here.
We're trying to recognize since you were Bear Hugger. But thank you for coming on, my brother. But
anytime.
I want to get your thoughts on this whole Microsoft possibly trying to go out and spend money on EA, Valve, or Bluehole. And I'm gonna ask you, which one do you think is more plausible, or do you think it's none of it is plausible at this point?
I think this rumor is a bunch of BS in my opinion. But if it actually is true, which company do I think they would buy out? Definitely the PUBG company, Bluehole. I think they'll definitely buy them out. I think they're more the cheaper of the bunch. Valve, I don't see it happening because I know Gabe Newell is not a fan of really anything Microsoft related. He's mentioned that before in the past. EA, on the other hand, that's a tough one. How much is EA worth?
It's like 30 billion.
That's doable for Microsoft. I mean, if they bought it, how much did they buy out the Mojang company that made Minecraft?
Like $6 billion.
Yeah, it was something low. It was definitely a single digit number.
Yeah, it was like $6 billion, I think.
It has a scooter to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I want.
I mean, but you're gonna have to come off them bills, especially because of all them IPs EA got. They ain't just finna sell for that price. They probably gonna sell for a little higher.
No, I definitely. I think if they were to buy out EA, the first thing, let's say metaphorically speaking, wise that it does happen, they buy out EA and everybody was all up in arms about it. I mean, games are still good to go to Sony's console. Games are still going to go to the Switch. People buy them over there and PC or whatever. It's just going to be just under now the publication of Microsoft. That's all, which is not a big deal. However, though, what Microsoft does need to do, though, if they do buy out EA, the first person that needs to go is that Andrew House. He needs to get out of there. He is the problem as to why modern EA sucks so bad. He's the issue.
Now, you hit the point on the head about games still going to Sony.
It was 2.5 billion.
I think if they was to get EA, hypothetically speaking, I think the sports games will stay multi-plat easily, right? Stay multi-plat, and Microsoft would make bank off of any Madden sold on PS4 or Switch. They'll make bank on that, right? But I think games like Anthem, I don't think Microsoft will let that out. I think because the game isn't released, it's still in development. I think a game like Anthem, if Microsoft will take over EA while Anthem is in production, I think that game will be exclusive to Xbox and PC.
By the way, correction, y'all. It was 2.5 billion for Minecraft.
For Mojang, and they've made that back by now.
I think it was 6 billion for Skype is what I'm thinking of.
They probably made
6 for Skype.
They probably made that back last year with that Minecraft bundle. They probably made that back easy.
You know, and another thing is to take note too as well. This rumor could also be something that was misunderstood by the source.
Yeah.
Like maybe he probably overheard something or a conversation with something that works at Microsoft talking about how something in related to EA or whatever you want to call it. And for all we know, it could very well be that Microsoft is trying to make it like an exclusive deal for a specific game. Who knows? Maybe even Anthem could be that game. Who knows? I mean, honestly, we haven't really heard anything on Anthem outside from all the information from E3 or in videos snapped in with Star Wars Battlefront 2. People will be concerned, but
actually, nah, they just they delayed Anthem.
Oh, they did? Oh, okay. I was not aware of that.
Yeah,
well, Microsoft should try to go get Visceral. I mean, EA did drop a bunch of studios.
Visceral would be nice. An exclusive Dead Space game? Ooh, that would be huge. That would piss
whatever
off a lot
case
of
may
people.
be, I think at the end of the day, this rumor, even if none of the 3 companies we heard of doesn't happen, I think at the end of the day, this shows that Microsoft is about to buy somebody. They got the checkbook out, and somebody's getting bought. It might not be one of these 3,
doesn't have
but
to
somebody's
be him, but it needs to be somebody. It's going to be somebody.
Somebody's getting bought. Microsoft about to money whip somebody.
You know what would be really crazy though, Fame, is if actually Microsoft went to Activision and exclusively bought the rights to Call of Duty.
Right. That would set the world on fire.
Yeah, that would definitely start the world on fire.
People would be pissed. They'd be pissed. They'd be pissed. But something's going to happen.
I mean, it would be pretty dope if Anthem was.
That'd be a console turning type move. That game
it would give me a reason.
Supposed to be huge.
Yeah, Anthem is definitely going to be a big game for BioWare, which is a real shame because that's where all the talent from BioWare went to, and the less talented was working on Andromeda, which is kind of a real shame that next gen Mass Effect game was a massive failure. So I'm kind of still bummed out about that. I really am bummed out about that. But hey, what can you do, right?
Now, still dream, right?
Switching gears here for a little bit. I want to talk about this recent news that the PS4 has finally been jailbroken. Now, if you have already updated your PS4, you have to go back to firmware 4.2, I believe, because that's the firmware that was jailbroken. And from what we've heard, this jailbreak has kind of proven that backwards compatibility on a PS4 is possible. Now, I want to get y'all's thoughts on this. I want to start with you, Dallas, because you are the biggest PS4 head in probably, well, you and Crump, probably the biggest PS4 or Sony heads in the show right now. I want to get your thoughts on this. Is Sony intentionally holding back backwards compatibility from y'all?
Yep. You want to know why?
We got 2 Dallases for some reason. I'm not sure what's going on, but
Twin showed up.
Dallas, you there? All right, Crump, let me get your thoughts on it, Crump.
It's because they put all that money into that PlayStation Now. That's why they put a whole bunch of money into that, and they're not letting that go.
You don't feel no type of way them or them.
I don't.
What it looks like that they're holding it back from y'all.
I don't care about backwards
They
compatibility like that.
They were. I care about that. And I feel like that's a big middle finger on my nose, though. I'm not even.
I mean, I don't really care. I mean, I'd rather a remaster than a backwards compatibility. I'd rather have what we got the other day, Shadow of the Colossus remake.
A remake, yes. A remaster, you're not getting much different than you would get from a backwards compatible game.
I don't know.
I just think the fact that you don't have to, if you own the game, maybe it's just me, but if I already own a game and I love this game, I would love to just pop it in my system, not go pay $60 for the same game. I'm sorry, yeah, it might look better, but it's the same story. And people always talk about how they love the story-driven games, but you're going and shelling out $60 for the exact same story that you can play, whether it look ashy or not. So pick an argument.
Y'all play Ninja Gaiden Black on Xbox One X or even the Xbox One. Y'all see how good that look? The game look good as I don't know what. It looks very good for an old game. Really good. So remaster, remake. I like being able to play games that I've purchased before and don't have to rebuy them.
That's our Game Pass too, right?
Yes.
See, I got rid of
Ninja Gaiden. Wait, I'm about to double check. But Fatal, what do you think, man? Because you mostly game on PlayStation as well. What do you think about this jailbreak and it pretty much being shown that Sony is possibly holding back compatibility?
I've been telling people for the longest time, even before this news broke out about the PS4 being jailbroke, is the fact that I tell people, man, I'm like, look, the reason why they don't want backwards compatibility on that system outside from them just randomly releasing PS2 games and taking forever to actually update that PS2 list of library of games, because the fact is exactly what the other person said here. I'm sorry, but I can't remember your name. I apologize. Kronk, yeah. When you said about the whole, I forget what the company's called, Geico. I don't know what the heck they're called.
It's something with a G.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of it either.
Yeah, Sony spent a lot of money on that company because they were the ones that were behind like OnLive and whatever you want to call it. Gaikai, that's what they're called. Oh, okay. Thank you for that. And Sony spent a lot of money on that company, so they're not going to let that money go to waste. So that's why they're kind of enforcing people to, you know what I mean? No, me personally, I don't mind PS now because my internet's been upgraded recently and I can handle the connection flawlessly, no problem. That's not an issue for me. But it still pisses me off in the sense that I would rather be able to stick in like an old school or like a last gen PS3 game and be able to pop it in and play it. And look, for the record, I know for a myriad fact that Sony could easily come out and create their own PS3 emulation on this system if they wanted to. I mean, people on PC have already technically done it. It doesn't work that very well, but it's still, the fact that they can still technically do it. And this is Sony we're talking about. They can easily do it if they want to. They can do it with PS2. Why not with PS3, right? Oh, the cell processor, No, they can find a way to do it. They can find a way to emulate it. They can find a way to make it work, but they won't because they want people to spend money on that streaming service.
Yeah, I ain't spending no money on that.
This is where Microsoft getting their teeth kicked in console sales helps the consumer, because Microsoft is doing stuff like backwards compatibility because they're trying to be as consumer friendly as possible.
Yes,
it's just like, what, spend more money because we're in the lead. Y'all love us. Spend more money.
Yeah, Sony's doing more of last gen they did more HD collections and stuff like that. This time around they remaking games, so they remaking Crash or they're remaking Shadow of the Colossus. What else they remade?
But that's.
I'm
pretty
just
much basically it.
No. It's they remade Ratchet and Clank.
Isn't that a reboot? Isn't that technically a reboot though?
Yeah, it was a reboot.
Yeah.
Not really. It was the same game. It was the same game. It was just they just redid the engine. Just like Shadow of the Colossus is the same like game, but they remade basically built the game from the ground up.
That Ratchet and Clank did look really damn good, though.
Yeah, it was.
Ratchet and Clank looked amazing.
Wow.
Like Shadow of the Colossus. I played Shadow of the Colossus at PSX. If you tell me that game was like a PS2 game, you smoking, and your eyes need to be checked. Like that game is like everything I remember when I was when that game came out. When I was like 15, 16, something like that when I played it. And
Long time ago.
It feels the same, but it doesn't feel the same. It like I don't know. I don't mind backwards compatibility. It's always good to have it. But am I like clamoring for it? Not really. It's only a few games I would want to play anyway.
Hey Crunk, is that Phil Spencer asleep over your your right shoulder?
Oh my God.
Phil Spencer back there asleep? Because they look like it.
Nah, man.
No, don't look, Crunk. Don't let them make you look, girl. You know
That
that.
look like Phil Spencer back there asleep.
It's a guy. I guess he waiting on somebody to get out of class.
Tell him to wake his ass up, get us some games. He's back there asleep. I knew it.
I think this year's gonna be that year where Microsoft is actually going to release a lot of stuff, man. I mean,
we're going to.
And it's funny because, well, yeah, but I mean, E3 will definitely be that time where I do honestly think that Microsoft is really going to start to announce like a lot more exclusive games. I mean, don't get me wrong. Outside from the 3 that everybody thinks that's only coming out for Xbox, I mean, there's actually there's 12 of them right now that I'm aware of. Yeah, a lot of them are timed and a lot of them are indies. But still, exclusive does not automatically define AAA. Exclusive is an exclusive no matter which way you look at it.
Yep.
So I came across and there's like 12 games that are still coming out. At least, well, scheduled to be released this year, mind you. I want to get that. I want to make that clear because a lot of people are like, what? I don't remember the release date for certain games, but it's like, what? Anyways, I think honestly though, I think this is going to be the time where Microsoft's finally going to get their head of their butt and finally be like, hey, you know what? Yeah, okay, now we're listening. We're announce this, a bunch of exclusive deals finally are set to come back on the table now, which is what they should have been doing because that's what kept them alive.
Yep.
Last generation, if you want to get down to the nitty gritty of things. So that's what they need to do.
I mean,
is it too late? Yes, but it's something.
I think this is time for Microsoft to lay the groundwork for whatever they're trying to do next generation with this whole thing with Game Pass and putting their first party games there. And then I got into a
do not like that though. I know some Xbox guys. I like that. I'm
gonna say right now, a lot of the grief is coming from dudes who don't. A lot of the grief's coming from dudes who don't play Xbox. They're saying, "Oh, Xbox games only worth $10." Ha ha ha. A lot of that grief is coming from dudes who don't have a console. Because people who got the console see the value in it. I'm just being real.
No, I'm talking about like Xbox dudes that I follow and watch on YouTube. They don't like that Game Pass shit. They feel like they not buying. They was like, yo, I'm not buying no $60 game. I'm just gonna buy this $10, play this game, and then scratch it off.
The way Microsoft sees it, they don't care which way you do it. If you buy the game, they win. If you go on Game Pass, they win. And the way I see it,
I'm just saying that's how guys are saying. It was like, yo, I'm gonna get this Game Pass for this 1 month, play this game, and then when it ends, I'm canceling that shit.
And now here's the thing with that, Crump.
That's what they're saying they're gonna do.
Here's the thing. People who are gonna do that probably weren't gonna buy the game in the first place. So Microsoft is hedging the bet that you're gonna get Game Pass and Forza Horizon 4. Forza Horizon 4 going to drop, and you're not going to play that game for a month and then drop it. You're not going to play it for a week and drop it. You're going to keep it. It's going to be in the back of your head, back of your mind. It's like Netflix. We don't think about that's $8 every month. You're not going to think about Game Pass. You're not going to drop it when a game like Forza Horizon 4 drops. If you're really into CFD, State of Decay 2, you're not going to drop it after month. People are lying, G. They lying.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's not who they're after anyway. They're after that guy that's in the line buying an Xbox.
Oh, I know.
Spending $400 and then $60 for one game of Madden, and that's all they play until the next Madden come out. Get you locked in at $10 a month because you will say, "Oh wow, look at all these other games I get to play for just $10 a month." Oh hell yeah, that's who they're going after. They're not going after that.
I'm trying to think who was saying that because I know I was watching Zaire them talking about it, and Crap had a nervous breakdown. Crap had a nervous breakdown.
I can't listen to that guy. I'm sorry. I can't listen to him.
I mean, even though I may not agree with them, I may not agree with everything, but I gotta listen and know what everybody thinks. That's just me. I don't want to be like, oh, I don't want to hear what you got to say, even though I might not agree with it.
See, for me, the only reason why I'm using it as a temporary situation is because of the price hike in Canada. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, so for me to outright buy Sea of Thieves, which I'm definitely eventually going to buy. I'll get in that in a second, though. And I said this before on several other podcasts, but I'll say it here, Reader's Digest version real quick, is the fact that over here in Canada, games that are usually $60 for people in the States is $79.99. So when you include the tax over here, which our tax is freaking huge, I'm paying exactly $90 and some odd cents for one $60 investment that you guys would pay, right? So me being a multi-console owner and I buy the majority of my third-party games on the PS4 because I don't have to worry about. I'm digital. I'm full on digital. Always will be digital, no matter which console I get. Period. But Sony doesn't charge me tax. So when it comes to a lot of these exclusive games like Sea of Thieves, I'm thrilled that it's on a Game Pass because I can only pay $10 a month for that, which I just renewed actually as of today, in fact. So I'll be able to play it. But when that game goes down in price, down to like $40, then I'm going to cop it off the Game Pass because I'll save myself 20% off of it, but I'm still supporting the developers.
Yep,
that's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it for all games.
I understand that. And while you talking about taxes, shoot, we might be getting hit with some damn taxes too.
Yeah, it's bad.
Trump keep putting tariffs on China.
Yep.
And that's the beauty of a Game Pass. Let's say you are looking forward to Sea of Thieves and State of Decay 2. That's $120 you can pay for the year and have both of those games. If you were to pay $60 for them, plus you'll have Forza Horizon 4, plus you'll have whatever third-party games you put on there. It's an incredible value. So I don't see on either side of the fanboy war. I don't see anything to complain about.
I get the concerns though. That's the thing. I get the concerns of like people worrying about retailers pulling out because I think there's
somebody already
two
did.
of them. Yeah, two now did.
Very small mom and pop store that no one knew about.
Yeah.
Oh,
they said,
and I tell people all the time, it's like
when you see nobody.
Yeah,
I know. I seen
that. That's
they
when
was like they're gonna stop selling them because something stopped selling their systems or something like that. And I think GameStop stocks went like plummeted.
It was time to start worrying when Fatal. You said
no, I was saying like I'm gonna start I'll start to worry about that issue is when like bigger retailers like GameStop pulls out.
Yeah, or if like GameStop pulls out.
GameStop might and they damn
if they do, but I don't see it pulling out though of like Best Buy and Walmart or Target in the States. I don't see that happening. But as far as like GameStop though, yeah, definitely.
Can y'all help me understand why all of a sudden now, you know, they're talking about pulling out? I mean, Game Pass has been around for what, a year now? And I thought the Xbox didn't have any games in the first party. So why all of a sudden now that they're announcing that they're going to include that first party? Oh my God, we're going to have to stop selling. Come on, are we serious? Are we freaking serious?
Somebody did that shit
right there. Hey, that's 100%.
Fame, who was the store though? I remember hearing
about it because it was mom and pop store. It was a mom and pop store no one cared about.
The first store that pulled out was called GameWares in I believe it was Australia, I believe it was. But here's another thing too as well that you got to take in consideration too, right? It's like when you look, that store pulled out, but you have to look at it from the aspect too as well. It's like how many of actual exclusive games from that store alone sold for Microsoft? You know what I mean? Like they could have easily
probably.
You know what I mean? Obviously we won't know because that company will never actually post the numbers of how many units a said game will sell from Xbox exclusive wise, but it still is a problem nonetheless. I will agree, but like I said, until bigger stores like GameStop happens, then I wouldn't really start to worry about it too much. But I mean, look, here's another thing I also brought up too as well. This is different, yes, but I'm also going to bring it up here anyways too as well. When Netflix, boomed to the actual digital phenomenon spree, which we're into now, whatever you want to call it, it didn't kill off freaking Blu-rays and Blu-ray drives and whatever the case may be. Now, yes, I am aware that Blu-rays are cheaper. It's an entirely different market. I understand that, but still, here's the thing. My point is this: is that regardless of this being a rental service, which it is, that's all it is. You don't actually own these games digitally. I mean, in fact, actually, if you buy them digitally, anyways, you don't actually own the rights to the games. Period. But nonetheless, though, like your hard-earned money is not going into this digital game at all. Period. You're renting this game out of a service that you paid monthly for, or 6 months, or however much you want to pay for. But at the same time, you got to look at a lot of things too as well. Like DLC is the big thing that a lot of people love too, right? So if a game comes out and let's say I don't know, like Metal Gear Solid 5, right? That recently that's leaving. It actually left today. That was a game that came out. I think I forget how long ago it was on Game Pass, but that was a game that, like, if you did buy into the DLC for that, I don't know if it does or not, but I'm using that as an example. You buy a game or you rented a game that's on Game Pass for whatever you want to call it. Let's say Metal Gear Solid 5, right? There's DLC in there. So is a gamer going to sit there and invest money into that DLC, but at the same time knowing that he doesn't actually own the rights to that game and that game has a chance of actually leaving Game Pass?
But the thing, Fatal, is if you have the game installed and it leaves Game Pass, you can still play that game.
According to Aaron Greenberg, he said that no, you cannot.
I don't know when that happened because from the beginning they said if it's installed, if you uninstall it, you can't install it back. But if it's installed on your hard drive, it's not going to disappear. They said that from the beginning. I don't know.
People were telling me different stories of that. People were telling me different stories.
I'm not saying it's because from the beginning they always say, yeah, games will come and go, but if you have it installed, they're not gonna take it off. It's not gonna just all of a sudden be unplayable from your drive. It's gonna be playable until you take it off, until you uninstall it.
Yeah, I don't know, because somebody linked me to a tweet that Aaron Greenberg said recently, since this debacle happened with the whole entire first party games being day and date on Game Pass. Somebody asked him, he said, if a game goes out of rotation, can I still play that game or can I re-download that game? And he said, no, you will not be able to re-download that game after it leaves rotation.
Yeah, you can re-download it, but if you already have it downloaded, that's a different
story. If you already have it downloaded, yeah. But at the same time, I mean, if you're going to be downloading a lot of these games on Game Pass, you better have enough space for that crap. That's all I'm going to say. But nonetheless, it still is an issue regardless anyways. You know what I mean? Like whether or not you still have that game in your hard drive or not, or you delete it and you want to play it, but you realize that game is no longer on Game Pass and you don't have access to that, you wasted that money on that DLC and that DLC is just sitting there. So either you have to do two things. Buy that game outright digitally or buy it used in the bargain bin at GameStop or your local retailer and carry on your merry way. Either way, that game is still going to be bought regardless if you do buy DLC. If you don't, then whatever.
The chat is saying the game isn't playable after taking off. So I don't ever want to give false information. So I'm gonna do more research myself.
Yeah.
But you know, that could be the case. I'll definitely look into that. But the chat is saying that the same thing you're saying.
It was something else somebody was telling me. Cause y'all if y'all don't know, I be at school all the time now, so I don't really be knowing what the hell be going on like that. But I think I seen somebody talking about it on Twitter. What was they talking about with the Game Pass? They were saying like this is another push towards all digital, no physical or whatever.
That's the future. Everyone kind of knows that.
Yeah, they're trying to push it. They're still pushing, and like no consoles. Like it's just gonna be cloud based.
This was Microsoft's vision from the beginning. All digital.
Yeah, cloud based and like no physical. I don't know, man. I kept hearing people talking about that when they talked about the day and day with Game Pass.
I want to get y'all thoughts in the chat. You know, are you guys subscribed to Game Pass? If not, will you subscribe to Game Pass? And do you think Game Pass will hurt Xbox? Now, I do want to switch gears here just a bit.
I don't think it will.
Fatal, I do want to ask you because I'm going to ask you first on this next question because you switched over to mainly streaming now.
Yes,
We're
sir.
hearing that Facebook is throwing their hat in. They're coming.
Thank God.
Launch.
I hope they scare the hell out of you too.
Fatal, would you switch or stream on Facebook for all the old people to watch you stream, sir?
Hell no. No, definitely not. No. But what I will say is towards it, because I was actually looking at this, I believe it was just last night, in fact, actually. I think it's pretty cool. I mean, there has been people that have been streaming prior to this announcement on YouTube, or not YouTube, Facebook, sorry, like through a phone app, I think it is. But me personally, I wouldn't use it because I mean, all my people that I have on my Facebook anyways are family related people, so that would be kind of dumb in a way. Me cursing on my live streams, yeah, I don't think. No, but I mean, it's pretty cool. People that want to use it on Facebook, that have like a big following on Facebook, or have like a certain fan base for like those fan pages you can make for yourself on Facebook. I mean, it's definitely there for an option, man. But which is nice because I mean, YouTube has gone to down the gutter. So
yep.
I don't want to say the word, but
yeah, no, I'm not going to swear. I'm not going to swear.
You plan on streaming on Facebook?
Y'all that got me with this one because I was totally out of the loop with this. So I have to ask a couple of questions, as I'm sure maybe some of the people listening to this. So Facebook has announced that they're getting into game streaming now.
Yes,
is that what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. They see that opening.
I say bring it on. Actually, I'm glad. I'm really glad that they are, because yes, YouTube definitely needs a competitor when it comes to that. They definitely do. And
Yep.
I mean, I primarily use Facebook. I have my family, friends, it's old school people you went to school with, keep in contact with. But I mean, I also have a fan page for my classy gamer gals, and I'll we'll get on there and do some game streaming. And I just think that as another option is great, and maybe that'll shake up YouTube to stop some of these crazy moves that they're making towards content creators. Because I just think they're making it hard. They're making it really hard right now, and we need other options.
People are leaving in droves, man. They running to Twitch and Mixer, and they running in droves, man.
Yeah.
Hey Dallas, I know you're not on Facebook. Would you come back to Facebook so you can stream games to your family and friends, sir?
Absolutely not. I don't even post happy birthday on Facebook these days, man. I can't. I should hope. I mean, it's a good thing for people that do use Facebook frequently. There are a lot of people out there that use Facebook as much as people use Twitter, as much as maybe I use Instagram. But for me, personally, it makes no difference either way.
Okay.
But if it's an option to make that money, I can see people. You say, I'm not saying you, Dallas, what you're saying, but, we can easily say, well, I'm not on Facebook. I don't do this. But if there's an opportunity to really put yourself out there on Facebook and possibly make an income, and people that are really trying to make a living off of this, or even those of us like myself that just want to have fun and you want to engage with an audience, and we can't deny there's a multitude of millions and millions upon millions of people on Facebook. So, I say, why not? Why not go for it?
It's entirely possible that a lot of people will migrate back to Facebook or over to Facebook just for the purpose of streaming. I wouldn't be one of them, but more power to the people that do, and I hope it works out for them.
Maybe it'll be a lot of, hope it's not a lot of soccer moms streaming games from their phones.
That'd be hilarious. I might
you
get
know
on
what
for
though?
that.
Yo, if this was happening when the Wii was out, oh my G, yo, if this was happening when the Wii was out, oh man.
We got lucky. We got very, very lucky.
Yeah, I'm just saying, if the Wii would have came out when Facebook, man, you would have seen everybody and their grandmama on Facebook playing the Wii.
I'm with you, K-Meg, on that one. Me too.
For sure.
What K-Maker say?
He said I'd be all over Facebook.
K-Maker is in the chat. Shout out to K-Maker, man. Been rocking with this dude for a while, man. Shout out to him, man.
You know what though?
Joe Lewis Jr. right there.
I would get on Facebook. Only reason why I would, because a lot of my guy friends don't believe I be playing video games, and then when they get dubbed on in Madden or 2K, then they be like, oh damn, I didn't know you could play. So. And I always when I post my streams, they always go on Facebook. But of course, they don't know what Twitch and all the other stuff is. They don't know what none of that is. So, but yeah, I wouldn't mind it. It would be kind of dope.
Hey, really fast, Fatal. What was this just announced by Nintendo?
Mario Kart Tour. Apparently, it's some application or something. I just saw it on Facebook. Not Facebook. Twitter.
And didn't
Mario Kart on your cell phone?
I don't know if it's an actual.
What is it, Mario? Is it like Mario
mobile?
I posted the tweet. Posted the tweets in the actual Google Hangout chat if you guys want to have a look. But it just basically says that a new mobile application is now in development. Mario Kart Tour, releasing in the financial year ending in March of 2019.
Oh, they not
no idea what
they know what they're doing. They doing the same thing they did with Mario Run. They're not crazy.
Scroll down to the comments.
That could be.
What is this guy doing?
What happened?
Even more money than
look at the comments to this Twitter where he just posted. Just scroll down.
Yeah, you saw that, right? With the guy with his head down his pants?
Yeah, he got his hands in his pants.
I saw that.
Wow.
Rolled right back up.
All right. Let's see how he feel about it.
Now, while we're still on the topic of streaming, I saw a couple of tweets of people saying, tweets and different comments, people saying that Sea of Thieves does not. It's not popular to the mass market. No one cares about Sea of Thieves. It's Sea of Fail. The game is going to flop. Well, Sea of Thieves at one point was the #1 watched game on both Twitch and Mixer. And even after the first day, toward the end, it was still top 3 on both Twitch and Mixer. So I'm going to get you guys started. Do you guys think this has any bearings on the popularity? I know at one point as well, it was sold out on Amazon. So you guys think that has any bearing on the game being a success, being how it was so popular on Twitch and Mixer? Anybody? Yeah, right on the head.
Oh, okay. Well, I played the beta. What was it? Back the day after it officially launched, because there was a bunch of problems with the game. But either way, so after experiencing the beta, I can definitely say right now for sure that this is definitely going to be a very popular streamed game. not just from the results of Twitch and the results from Mixer. I think even when the game officially launches, a lot of people who are sitting there talking mad crap about this game right now, they're going to be quite pleasantly surprised when they see what Rare has actually done with this game. And also, kind of the same topic in the same way, I do find it funny that people are bashing Sea of Thieves, but they can't wait for Skull and Bones, which that just cracks me up.
You want to know why?
The hypocrisy.
Because of the way it looks.
Yeah, because the way it looks. Yeah, which to me
because of the way it looks.
Just blows my mind that people would effectively ignore it because the game looks cartoony wise, and to me, cartoony games look and last longer.
But they play more realistic games. They play Fortnite. They play Overwatch.
Yeah, right.
You can't be more cartoony.
Those games are multi-platform.
I gotta go, y'all. My ride is outside. But
thank you, Crunk. We're
thank you.
Sorry,
nice meeting you. By the way,
up.
Nice meeting you.
Yeah. Hopefully y'all still on when I get to the house. If not, y'all follow me on Twitter at CrunkGirl711. I'm out.
Be safe,
girl.
But going back to Sea of Thieves and Mixer and Twitch, I'm telling you, that game is going to be slept on. I think I'm really glad to see that Microsoft did decide to release that game day and date on Game Pass, because I'm pretty obvious. I mean, the way people, I mean, no offense to the Xbox people that do want an Xbox, but a lot of you guys don't buy your games. No offense, but
this is true. The games don't sell very well.
So I mean, by them
adding it,
by them adding it on Game Pass is definitely going to keep the actual player level or player community population going for a lot longer than, well, at launch, I guess, if that makes sense. But I can tell you this right now, from my experience from the game, and I played it solo. I didn't play with the crew, which that's the best way to experience it. I can tell you this right now, that game is going to be a hell of a fun game to play online with a lot of people. Like, you're going to see some crazy, wacky stuff in that game. Do not sleep on this game, regardless if you're not going to play it or not. At least check it out when the game fully launches, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. This is going to be one of those games that, like, you need communication and you need a dedicated team by your side if you want to get far in that game. If you rock by yourself, you're going to get raped, excuse my language, but you're going to get annihilated very, very quickly. But with a full-fledged team, I'm telling you, this game, I'm telling you, man, it's going to be a sleeper hit from Rare. And this is modern that we're talking about here.
I have to say, because I've been in the alpha from day one with Sea of Thieves.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And I have to say, people will ask me my opinion on Sea of Thieves, and my initial impression was I don't get it. And that's what I would say. I didn't get it. I would go in and play around with it a few hours, and I'm like, but I was going in solo at the time. So the yesterday or day before yesterday, I just decided, let me just go back in, because I hadn't played in a while, in a long time. I mean, it's been months since I played it. Went in solo. Okay, so I'm on my ship and I'm cruising along and I'm sailing along, and I see this particular island. I go in and pull up, but I crash my ship. Okay,
happened to me twice.
I crashed my ship. Okay, so my ship begins. I see the water coming in, so I'm trying to patch up my ship to keep my ship from sinking, and I don't do it enough time. My ship sinks. I jump off, so I'm trying to swim to shore, and I get attacked by a shark. Okay, so then I try to run, and swimming to shore, and then I get bombarded by some skeletons and realize I didn't even have a weapon. I don't know what happened to my knife. I have to tell y'all, it was mad crazy fun for me. I was like, wait a minute. This was a game that I thought, I'm not going to buy this game. I have no interest in Sea of Thieves. And I had that hour of just fun by myself. Okay. And so I can only imagine playing with some of my girls or some of my friends, and we are partying up, and just what you could actually get yourself into. And I understand that there is content, that of course we weren't able to play, but that was actually fun. And I think this caters to the type of Xbox gamer. I mean, we made the comment that Xbox gamers don't buy their games, but I and I think
online centric games they do, though.
Right. And that's the difference. Right. The single player, those single player kind of games we might although they do buy Skyrim and they do buy, but it seems like the Xbox exclusive games, we can talk about Sunset Overdrive all day long. They just tend not to pay attention to. But this game, I knew that it was going to actually be a sleeper hit from the feedback I would see in the pages online in the Sea of Thieves closed alpha. that thread would be, there would be so many people looking for people to team up, the interaction, the engagement, the questions. And every time there was a session open, everybody was coming in looking into play. So I kind of knew that. But
I will say the whole thing with the water was not overstated. The
No,
water,
right?
beautiful.
the
Jesus,
water is pretty.
Right.
that's the
7.5, too much water.
the sunset was amazing. Beautiful, beautiful game.
Well, dude, I mean, after all, there's an island in the game called Booty Island. So right off the bat, that's already.
I do think the day cycle though is too short.
It is.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
too
It's
short.
way
They
too
need to
short, right?
extend the
Yeah.
day cycle.
Yeah, hopefully they change that. I think they did that just for the beta, so they can get people to say, yeah, there is a day and night cycle.
Yeah.
But a couple of things I do want to see though, like I do want to see like pirate hideouts, because that's a big thing in the pirate lore. So I would love to see something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can there's so many random islands, you know what I mean, that's in that game. So like you can just pop into a random island and just run into like an actual like a hideout that you know that belongs to a certain crew or something like that, right? But one thing I will say though, when I was playing it solo, I was just visualizing in the back of my mind. I was playing it. I was like, man, you know what? Having 4 people, including yourself, on that boat, you got one person that's, you know, down on the first level of your boat, looking at the compass, looking at the map, directing the actual captain of the ship, which whoever it is that's steering the boat, the direction where they got to go. You got one guy who's basically controlling the cannons. You got another guy that could be climbing up all the way in the top of the ship, looking out with his little, you know, his little teleglass thing, whatever you want to call it there. And like letting people know there's any like ships coming around or whatever that kind of stuff like that. But at the same time, like there's so much communication that's going to happen in that game, and that's what's going to really thrive that game along in the long run.
You know, the very first thing I did on the beta,
amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I had a party. We all got our roles assignments, and once we got to sail, we started moving. I broke out my accordion, played some music, put my accordion away, grabbed some beer. I got wasted and threw up all over the ship.
There you go. Yeah,
it was so
man.
much fun.
It's dope. It's freaking dope, man. It's so good. And like I said, all those people that are actually like who are not getting it, who are legitimately wow, I can't even speak. Legitimately not like just bashing it to hate on it for no apparent reason because it's an Xbox game. You know, if you don't have any interest in, like, that's the thing, like you have to be a person that's into pirate themed games if you really want to get the most enjoyment out of this. If you don't care for pirates, give it at least an actual try for the concept alone, but you're probably not going to dig it all too much. But if you love pirates, man, and you're going to ignore this game just because it's on a platform that you don't care about, and I'm telling you, man, don't sleep on that game. I'm telling you, man, Rare finally got left, you know, like they finally got off their leash. Microsoft finally let go of that leash from it. So you know what? Make something different. And best of all, that game felt so refreshing to play, man. It was so different. It was so different, man.
And how can you hate pirates, man? Being a pirate, how can you hate?
I'm saying, dude.
Especially a drunk pirate,
man.
The controls are hard when you're drunk, dude. They're hard.
Yeah,
and that just makes it that much more fun.
I got drunk a few times. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't want to put it out there, but I did.
That's the first thing I did was like, where's it? Why?
You know what's going to be a highlight, though, right? You know, like somebody said, like Tiger King said in the chat, like you're going to be driving your boat in the middle of the ocean, and all of a sudden, like you're just going to get like just grabbed by the Kraken, because that is in the game.
So dope.
It wasn't in the closed beta though, but it's definitely going to be in the full release. I remember Rare talking about that. That's going to be exciting. Especially, it's going to suck for me, though, if I'm rocking solo, but hey, whatever.
For real. And the fact that shark chased me all the way to shore, I'm like, man, how in the heck? I'm like, this, I turn around, this thing's still behind me.
I saw a video of somebody, that it was a ship, and he swam over to the ship and put a bunch of explosives at the bottom of the ship. And then stood back, and then, you saw it. I was like, dude,
I was cracking up when I saw that.
I saw that.
That was hilarious.
This game is going to be dope, man.
You're going to see a lot of people, like, they're going to be out on the island, whatever you want to call it. You're going to see a little small boat or a boat come, like, you know, from a long distance away. They're going to either swim over or take a little tiny boat over there. They're going to plant stuff on people's boats and just troll the crap out of people. It's going to be hilarious, man. I'm telling you.
I know sometimes you post to, like, they you know, people going to be friendly. I'm sure right now, if you see me in the game, you see my boat and my crew, be ready to fight. I don't. Everybody should.
Well, if you see me there, Fame, rocking a solo boat, man, I surrender. I can't do that crap. No way.
A reason for me to buy Xbox, but Fame, you might see me a little more.
Hey, man, come on through, dog. I know Dallas like right down the street from me, man. So even if he don't never own an Xbox, there's one over here he can play. You know, I got like 3 of them in his house. Yeah, man. But I appreciate everybody coming out and rocking with us tonight, man. It's been a hell of a show. Nick somewhere being Hollywood, and you know that's who he is, being light bright. We're actually gonna go ahead and cut it. I know it's a bit shorter than what we normally do, but we don't want to hold you guys too long. I want to thank our guest, Fatal Mephisto, again for coming through.
Thank you. Thank you.
Rocco, we definitely gotta get him on again. I know he kind of retired from YouTube, but if we get him on this podcast more, we'd be appreciative of that. But once again, Fatal, let people know where they can find you, and also send me the link to your Twitch on Twitter so I can put it in the description.
I think he's gonna be right back, Fame. So
Fatal be right back. Okay, we're gonna come back to Fatal. But so you guys know, if you go in the description down below, once again, we are giving away a copy of Sea of Thieves, the limited edition controller from TLC, courtesy of the XP podcast and the Multiverse podcast. That giveaway is gonna go up until I believe 3 days before the physical game releases. If the controller comes out in 14 days, I'm gonna go pick that up, and then when the physical game comes out, and pick it up, and we'll be mailing it to a winner. The mailing, the shipping, all on us. It's absolutely free. So make sure you guys enter to win. Mama Sita, you want to do a little outro, love?
Yeah. I just want to say, for those that are asking if I'm going to stream Sea of Thieves, and actually I will be getting Sea of Thieves now because I have a Game Pass, a year Game Pass that I've been holding on since FanFest that I really didn't think I was going to need, but now that these first-party games are going to be included, I'm definitely will be using my Game Pass to play Sea of Thieves. So you can catch me on Mixer, and that's Mamacita925. And I look forward to streaming it in a couple of weeks. So I'll update you guys on Twitter and on my YouTube channel because I'm actually moving all my game streaming over to Mixer. And so thanks, everybody. And that's Classic Gamer Girls on Twitter. All right. And I'm out. Why
The man with a plan. Dallas man.
It's like salads, crickets.
Man, I appreciate everybody coming through to mess with us once again. I won't be on Sea of Thieves, but I'll be mooching off Fame for a little while till I decide to get an Xbox. But anybody that wants to find me on Monster Hunter, man, Dallas Man 214, Dallas with a Z. Other than that, man, it was a fun show. We'll see y'all next time.
Dopeness. Now, just let you guys know we'll be doing back-to-back episodes. We're a bi-weekly show, but we're going back-to-back so we all can cuddle up and do our love thing on Valentine's Day. We will not have a show on Valentine's Day, even though we know Nick could be somewhere by himself crying because Mama standing around to give him no love.
Oh, he know he gonna be somewhere getting his butt spanked.
Oh, Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it, Ma.
I don't know what time it is.
Y'all ain't gonna be able to hear my comment on that one. It's gonna get edited out anyway, so I'm gonna shut up.
It's gonna be someone getting his bus back. I hope it's by a female, but you never know when Nick. You know, speaking of Sea of Thieves, he said he had jumped ship before. Speaking of Sea of Thieves. And Booty Island.
All right, I'm back. Must have missed something that was funny.
Yeah, on one episode, Nick, who was on the show, so he accidentally said he would jump ship. You know, we're talking about Sea of Thieves, and we're talking about Valentine's Day. It was.
Yeah, you had to be there, right?
You had to be there. You literally have to go back and watch the podcast and go to the end and see what you missed. But we are wrapping up. So, Fatal, one more time. Let people know where they can find you, and also on Twitter, if you can send me the link to your Twitch and everywhere people can find you, so I can update the description. People can come and follow you, my brother.
Okay, so I'm on Twitch, known as Fatal Mephisto 29. I'm going to send you the actual link for it there right now in a private message there for you there, Fame. Thanks for having me. It was an honor to finally be on your show for a change.
Thank you.
I appreciate it so much, man. Thank you.
We definitely got to have you back on again, man. You are welcome here anytime. Anytime you want to come on, man, you're welcome. Man. You really good people. We love having people on who actually game, even though this is a debate show and we argue, they get heated. There's no fanboyism here. It's all fun and jokes. We like to have fun. But thank you guys for rocking with us. This has been episode 43 of the Double XP Podcast. Nick, hope you enjoy the spanking that you're going to be receiving on Valentine's Day. And we out, y'all. Peace.
Peace.